Hey guys, so normally I would be live streaming this video, but for the 8th or 9th time in the last like 2 or 3 months, YouTube has deleted one of my videos, called it hate speech, even though there's nothing more hateful than white liberals, like the white liberals in big tech Silicon Valley who run YouTube. White liberals are the most racist, but that's why they don't want the secret to get out. But anyway, so yes, YouTube has once again revoked my live streaming features because of one of my videos they called hate speech. I'm in the process of appealing it back and forth with them, so we'll see if they do the right thing and not be racist white liberals. That aside, though, I just want to do a really quick video how I find it interesting that every time I personally experience something in reality, it's not consistent with a globe. And I know you might be like, well, yeah, I mean, the globe's so big, you know, it's going to basically look and feel flat on a personal, subjective level for you as an individual. Well, thankfully, thanks to technology, we can do things that should expose the phenomena, the effects of a globe, such as zooming into a distant lighthouse or building, and the building should be obscured by a certain amount of curvature, and yet you do it, and a lot of times these buildings are not obscured by any curvature. You can see the whole fucking thing pretty much. Certainly not the amounts that the curvature calculators say that we're supposed to be missing. And I've done the experiments myself. I pointed a pair of binoculars at a lighthouse 13.8 miles away, supposed to be obscured by 77 feet, 60-something feet if you account for refraction. And so it's just weird. So again, when I personally experience the world is not consistent with a 24,901 mile circumference globe. Same thing with the sun and the moon. The sun and the moon appear to be the same size. You know, when I went and watched the total solar eclipse a few months ago, what an incredible experience that was. The sun obscures, the moon obscures the sun almost perfectly. Like almost perfectly. The moon obscures the sun almost might even be perfectly. They like two same size coins stacked on top of each other, a perfect match, and you get that incredible, awe-inspiring moment under the total solar eclipse. The sun and the moon look to be the exact same size. If you put a solar filter or some type of light filter over the sun, you'll notice that the sun becomes a lot tinier. Allegedly, with the solar filter, you can see the sun for what it is. And indeed, I think the same effects apply with the moon. It is somewhat magnified because of the light and the atmosphere or whatever. And so if you did a similar effect over the moon, it would shrink in size. But what you'll see is that the sun and the moon, without all the excess glare and light, are essentially appear to be the same size. Even though we're told that the sun is actually 400 times bigger than the moon. 400 times bigger than the moon. It just so happens, though, the reason they happen to look exactly the same size is because the sun is 400 times further away from us than the moon is. What a coincidence! Oh, and it also just so happens to be that you get this fairly regular coincidence where the moon perfectly overlaps the sun, and you have this sudden awe-inspiring moment where day becomes nighttime in literally the span of a few minutes, and you're just left there staring at the heavens in awe, asking yourself, what the hell is this thing we call life on Earth? So, again, personal experience, but then if you look at a NASA photo, of Earth and it's the big sphere. But if you pull out your own binoculars, you do the experiments yourself, I can see the whole lighthouse. So it's a very interesting thing where personal experience is not jiving with what I'm told. Whenever there's a little leap of faith, where I have to place my trust in someone else telling me what's true about the nature of the universe and the nature of the planet, that's when the inconsistency comes in. Oh, but what about the satellite photos that I absolutely cannot verify for myself? Oh, the satellite photos show a globe. Whenever I have to put my faith into somebody else, it's a globe. Whenever I use my own observations, it's not consistent with the globe. When I look up at the sun and the moon and they appear to be the exact same size, no. Don't trust your senses. It just so happens by a massive cosmic coincidence that the only reason they look like they're the same size is because the sun is 400 times further away from us than the moon is, despite the fact that the sun is 400 times bigger, or in spite of the fact that, or because the sun is 400 times bigger than the moon, allegedly. So it's just weird. It's just weird. And, you know, we have to come out and support a science, you know, and that's what this comes down to, guys. It comes down to science. And you just gotta support science, and you can't believe things based on dogma and blind faith and consensus and assumptions. You have to perform the science. You have to be a skeptic. You have to use your own eye to really observe things and be empirical. You know, be empirical. We gotta be pro science around here. So I just wanted to get that video out real quick. Very interesting how that works out. We got to come out and support science, guys. Thank y'all for watching.
Holy crap, guys. Can you see that? The Earth is freaking cat. Check them out, guys. The brand new The Earth is Cat t-shirts are now available. They come in a variety of shirts and colors. I also got some great mugs available, sweater hoods. Get yourself one of these The Earth is Cat t-shirts. I'll put a link to them in the description below. Get one from yourself right now.